What's up, guys? Hades here. So, today I want to talk about an incredible match that I kind of heard about and noticed, and I looked a little bit, and I don't know the final score. I don't know how close it was. Obviously, we know who won or lost here, but I made a tier list of all the best teams last season, and Buns is, in my opinion, a top 3 team, and IMPK kind of falls into that top 10, top 15 range. But everyone gets new players, everyone loses players, the game changes, and metas change, and personnel change. And I want to take a look at some of the top, most interesting matches. This is going to be my analysis on what I think these teams did well, what they didn't do well, kind of just a general game review. Now, there's a ton of value in these reviews because, well, I am one of the most successful players in IB League, and I kind of just understand what's going on. Now, at the start, there's always this push and pull, how many players you put in a location. And we can see here in the red, we have BUNS, and in the white, we have IMPK. Both teams have 36, so we've got a fair fight on our hands. Now, IMPK fights for Tower 4, and I almost say they overcommit to it. BUNS doesn't really put many players there. And then there is I would say, even fight for Tower 1. Yeah, it looks pretty even. Oh, excuse me. There is an even fight for bottom. I did not see due to lag. So we have an even fight in the top and the bottom and the middle. So this is going to be quite a hype match. We have 5, 6, 7, almost exactly. So this is a pretty cool match. Now, what I see as the first massive mistake is how many players are stuck in the base. This means they had poor relocations, they were late to the match, whatever it is, 3, 7, and then BUNS has 4, 5, 6. So, again, even on both sides with those poor relocations or just not loading in on time or whatever it may be. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, Tower 4 should belong to the white team and Tower 1 should belong to the red team, just in terms of advantage with relocations. Now, BUNS kind of got the advantage on both. You can see 5 touching on the tower versus the 3 of IMPK, and you can see that the second row really has so much extra time. So BUNS has created quite an advantage for themselves. However, this player is quite exposed. You can see there's an arc between him and the other 3, and he only has 2 players providing support, where these 3 have 5 people providing support. So they should be able to crush this corner piece and move someone forward, which would then give them neutral or advantage. And these micro little things I'm talking about make a huge deal. Akari, one of the top players in the game, moving forward into a position. I like to see this. If you're not doing this in your games, moving from the 3rd row into the 1st row, you are not playing at a high level. This is high level play by Akari and Repi. Good job by them. Pressing your advantage, clearing people by the tower, pressing forward. There's nothing more you should be doing. That is like premier gameplay. You can see in the middle, tons of castles burning. We almost have a kill here and almost have a kill here. So it's almost neutral. I would say BUNS is kind of winning the rally battle, but it's not like unmanageable. I would like to see some relocations from the home base into the middle to create kind of an advantage here. Actually, they're crushing them in the battle. I did not realize this player was almost gone. So they're almost getting 2-1, which just kind of shows the level of play. I would say 5 or 6 really, really good players could probably be about 10 or 11 average players. It's all about timing, coordination, and strategy. Moving on, there is a very weak backdoor potential for both home towers. 2 on the side of IMPK, 3 on the side of BUNS. If any team kind of builds an advantage, they'll be able to invade the home. I see a 3rd coming in for IMPK. I believe 3 to 4 is kind of the sweet spot. You can get away with 2 against certain teams. But in a match this close, you actually probably don't even need 3, because if anyone, if let's say 3 attack players from this tower teleport here, it's just gonna be neutral again, and then they're gonna lose this tower anyways, over time. So in a position like this, when it's so neutral, so even, you actually just can't. You can't even make those kind of efforts. You'd have to kind of be dead and then teleport, or have already lost or won a position. Now, I notice IMPK took this tower, and that's actually very good support play. And then you can see here that BUNS have taken this tower. So again, this match has been quite close until you realize center has also been taken. And BUNS is just kind of running them down. They're moving forward. You can see they have moved into positions that are more aggressive, but they're staying as a group of 4 here. And then they're hiding their weak players. If you get low and you're staying kind of far away, there's extra time for rallies, which allows your teammates to provide pressure, which provides you with safety. Now, if you get low, and you can also be saving for defensive points, which all just kind of goes in your favor. So basically, BUNS has built an advantage. They won the middle, and they have 2 sides. Now, what do you do in this position? Well, you defend them, right? I would like to see BUNS players from losing sides, like this one, moving into the center, which I see 1 or 2 here, which is very good. Consolidating their middle, consolidating their home, and consolidating their tower 4. I love to see this like surrounding of the tower. This is like picture perfect. I couldn't imagine like a better spread here. Maybe these top players are a little higher for more aggressive like denial, but other than that, there's nothing more you could do than have this kind of a surrounding. That's perfect. I do really like the play here from BUNS. They're doing exactly as I imagined, moving their caravans into the middle. Except for that huge mistake, I'm gonna go back just to highlight this. This is the worst thing you can ever do. I lose my mind when my teammates do this. It's like the freest cancel of your life. Anyone back here can just go right in the middle and cancel you both, which happens. And good play by, I think, Zaza. So, yeah, nice play by Zaza. And the match kind of looks done. Like, I've played BUNS. They have very good players, very good coordination. If you can't kind of get a grasp in the early stages of the game, you're not really going to get one back. And you'll see the advantage here by looking at the home base. Look how many players have been ported. This is partly due to, it could be different, better builds, or it's just straight up pressure, right? Rally pressure. Who can pressure faster? I mean, you can still win. I could give a better team a bad build and a bad team a good build, and the better team is going to win, 90% of the time. That's just, it depends if you can win 1v1 or not. But when it's in a rally meta, which those early stages are pure rally metas, you have to be fast. And if you're not fast, you're going to lose. Props to IMPK for really pressing an even matchup at Tower 1. They did a very good job. This is a tower they're like kind of not supposed to win. So they won the tower they're not supposed to win, and they lost the tower they're supposed to win, which is kind of funny, but it is what it is. People are still learning. I'm trying to teach and coach and kind of highlight the goods, the bads, the uglies, and the good. IMPK, what can they do? They make an attack on home. Love it. This is exactly what you have to do to win a game. They already own it. They made a very nice play. I dove too deep into the macro of the game and completely missed this, but they're fighting for Tower 3. The problem with this play, and this is kind of more just a generalistic idea, is any BUNS player that gets ported is only like a 30-second journey from defending this. So this Tower 3 can honestly never be held for a true 27 minutes. It's just not possible. Because even if you port them away, they're going to revive in 1 minute, and they'll be back in 30 seconds, and you just can't stop it. The flood never stops at Tower 3. So you need to be, as a defender, hyper aggressive into hitting their towers, making sure you get damage, and then denying them. And you can see there, BUNS already has more players, full all in, and they already have it back. Just high coordination. There's just too much access to free players down here. And what is IMPK going to do? They have to be stingy on their defenses in the back. They kind of have this like half push in the middle, and they have this half push over here. They need to get rid of these players. These players are providing zero value back here. The reason BUNS is winning is because the losing side rotated into the middle, and then they won the middle. And if you own 3 towers, any 3 towers, you're going to build an advantage. That's literally the math. It couldn't be more simple. I could teach my 3rd graders this. Have 3 towers, win the game, be done with life, right? Now MPK is just going to run out of steam here. Like, do they have another support skill active? No, they already used it. Are they going to be able to stop the flood of BUNS players coming from the base? No, because they're right here. They can just reinforce over and over and over. You're never going to be able to stop them coming on repeat, and it's just going to be a flood. And this is what a lot of teams don't understand, is this play is good. It's always the way to come back for some points, but it's not something you can hold and sustain for 30 minutes. It never works. I've never seen it work for 30 minutes unless a team purposely decides not to go for it. So in a moment like this, IMPK has to reevaluate what's important. They need to move these players and move these players into any other position together. So they all need to be at Tower 4, they all need to be at Tower 3, or they all need to be in the center. There's no in between. If you're kind of split, as they are, they just have like a little group here, little group here, little group here. This is a big macro mistake. This is never going to win. You need your points now. Like, you're down 16,000. 16,000 in 17 minutes is just not possible. You actually need 4 at this point. They needed to make a play sooner. And that just comes down to teamwork, coordination, understanding, leadership, the micro of every little player, making sure they're playing at their optimal. I'd say IMPK made a really good run for BUNS' money. Like, they made it hard on them. Like, truly, they made it very difficult. But this is just an insurmountable score. You can see the defense of BUNS, just the surrounding of the tower. It's just over. So we're not going to watch the end of the game. I do want to highlight a few players who I believe perform very well. Excuse me, I need to get to the end screen, which you can do simply by going like that. Statistics. Contribution, IMPK. Really nice performances by Light and August, and from BUNS, really good performances by Mike, Curzio, and Akari. And I even made a little comment of Akari. Just very, very easy to see players who play well and know what they're doing and are positionally correct. If you think you learned something, leave a like on this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.